after our movie escapades, I got my drink, I got my popcorn. We just had a hell of a time at the movies. These are
Peace on Earth.
what? Peace on Earth.
That's what I heard you just say.
I did.
I said peace.
I said I got my popcorn, I got my drink.
Peace
I got
on
peace
Earth.
on Earth. It's not Christmas. Yeah, so I got my props just for this. I'm gonna put them down now after I take a sip of my drink. The boys are back from watching Saw X. What a time! What a movie! What a different feel of it. Actually, it felt like I'm doing this. This is a spoiler. Everybody, join me in spoiler hands.
Spoilers. Look at me. Yeah.
Now this is going to be a long thing of spoilers. So as with all our videos, Christian, when he edits it, he puts in sections. So there will be like Saw spoilers, and there'll be a big section. And if you don't want to hear them, skip that part. So we get to the theater. Anticipation. We got our guy over there, Forrest, who decided to buy a Saw X collector's cup, which...
Yep, there you go. Look at this. Here. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I really thought those cups were meant for children, for children's movies and not adults.
But then again, you won't bring your kids to see Saw.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I know, but like, that's a weird gimmick. Like, we didn't buy them because it's like, what am I going to do with
it's
this?
bendy, look.
Oh my god.
Oh. No,
Why are you all fucking...
Saw
Bends
can
at its
bend.
knees, look.
Damn.
It's the only part that it
You want to see him bend at his knees?
So they made him rubbery, huh?
Well, I didn't say rubbery. I said bendy.
It's the same thing.
I want to go around the round table, and I want to see what you guys rate this movie, because it will be a different take for all of us. Forrest, who has seen slightly some movies. Brandon, who has said he's seen none.
No, I saw one long time ago.
One long time ago. And then Christian...
I also saw one in the car on the way back from that vacation.
Right, yeah.
And then Christian, who we went to...
Vacation.
We went to go to watch a concert.
Well, on the way back. I watched three of them, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a chance I might watch more.
So, Forrest, I want to start with you.
Yeah, what do you think?
So I've watched Saw 1. I watched it when I was a kid. I didn't remember that he was dead on the ground the whole time. When I saw that...
Saw.
Watched a little bit of Saw 2. I saw one thing afterwards where there was like a trap like outside at a zoo or something.
Oh, are you talking about the one where the girl was suspended up and then the two guys at the saw blade?
Something like that. I saw a scene like that, so that's my knowledge of it. Coming out of this movie though, like I have some issues with it, whatever, we'll talk about that, but it's actually a good movie where like afterwards, like there was no stupid moment, that's the thing, where I came out of it like the Halloween movies, except for the first one. Although the first one I had an issue with that fucking doctor. This one I came out of it and I was like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
The best Saw movie for sure.
They did something different. Well, what's your rating first?
My rating, okay, so out of 10, 8 out of 10.
Okay. That's different because he's seen limited Saw movies and we have seen it as a whole, so we can judge it upon all the Saw movies. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When he's judging it upon other horror movies, we will judge it upon other Saw movies.
I have watched every single Saw movie except Spiral.
Yes, and Spiral's not that big of a deal.
Forrest was wondering why Spiral is not that great. You're curious about it?
Yeah, I was wondering, did you watch it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So what would you rate that?
Spiral's a 3 out of 10.
Really?
It's got no heart. It's got comedy in weird places. It's got odd subplots. And then it's been the same twist that has always been the same fucking twist since Jigsaw hasn't been there. And that it's this guy. Like, okay. Well, fuck.
Okay.
Was there a Will Smith trap?
Will Smith, yeah.
They have to learn to work together.
They had that. They had that thing from. It was a Saw trap like Jackass where they had that big hand that's. So, give us your review.
Saw movies wise, I'd say this is like a 9 out of 10. It had like I was saying to I guess both of them that this movie should have been called Jigsaw because there's another Saw movie called Jigsaw, but it's like this one focuses on Jigsaw so much, like John Kramer. So yeah, I mean, movie title is a little.
I didn't realize that was his name.
I'd say the beginning could have been a little slow, could have been tightened up a little bit, but other than that, there's no like, oh, this should have happened or that could have happened. Only one thing that I could bring up. and I guess I just bring it up right now. You know that the very end where there's the blonde lady and the boyfriend get trapped upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
John Kramer was just kind of assuming that the blonde lady would follow. So if he was just trapped upstairs and she was still down there, Jigsaw would be screwed. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's plot convenience.
Yeah.
Not only that, but that little kid has caused the deaths of so many people by saving John Kramer.
Yeah.
I think it like this is my storytelling ability, but what I would have done was I would have been like her, I want to watch John Kramer die. You go upstairs, get the money. And then it's like he finds an empty bag or something and he starts screaming, "Where is it?" And then he's like, "Get up here, I need your help." And then she goes up there. That would make a lot more sense than
that
just
would
both
work
them
way
being
better.
compelled because
Also, when they said up there, I thought it meant like upstairs. No, it was just on a shelf in the same room.
yeah,
So I
right
was
where he
just
grabbed
like,
the
what?
gun pretty much.
Yeah, it was.
Also,
Okay.
the issue I have, and the issue I have too, is the cell phone thing. She called her boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lord,
And
Again,
so
that's-
they really relied on the fact that they would, or she would cut out her intestines.
John Kramer's just like, I know she's gonna cut out that girl's intestines and use it as a rope.
I really feel like that's the stuff where you're overwriting. I think you're just overwriting a plot because you're trying to make things very, very clever.
It really seemed like this whole movie, they tried to make it seem like Jigsaw was making mistakes. Because it was supposed to be like his second foray into things because it was set between 1 and 2. Well, not second foray, but it was one of his first big... This was like his first big multi-person trap. Because in the first one, it was like there's 2 people.
Yeah.
And then all the other ones were just singular games. And then in the second one, it was a game with like 6 people. So this thing being set between 1 and 2 was his first game with multiple people. So I feel like that's why they were trying to make it seem like, you know, he's inexperienced, he's making mistakes, and they really relied on that. So that's why it's like, oh, he left the phone on accident, but it was all part of the plot. Now, did he rely on her to grab the intestines? I felt like there was much easier way to do things. For me, I'm giving it 8.7. I thought of this rating the whole time I was watching, and I was doing like a criteria when I was watching it. It checked most of the boxes. One of the most amazing things about this is this was the first movie that I was telling Christian in the series that was completely linear. All the other movies had flashbacks. You would find out why people were in the traps like at the end of the movie. This one, everything was told right as it was. And oddly enough, most of these movies don't make you feel as like there was points where I was like, oh fuck, I feel so bad for John Kramer. You shouldn't. This guy puts people in horrible traps and kills them, but there's times where it's almost like the writers realized that John Kramer was the main protagonist.
Yeah.
Like, and then they were like, you know what? Let's lean into that. Let's make him almost like a hero, and they gave him like the saving the kid and not to hurt the kid thing, and it was just like they really made it seem like you should care for John Kramer. And even though he's doing these horrible things, he's not a bad guy, which is a strange approach, but it worked.
I sure felt that way.
Yeah. At some point, it was just, you kind of realize that, man, all of these people are evil. That one blonde lady, though, she's pure evil.
Oh, yeah.
She's just like, she's like on
I hope
another
she
level where it's
survives.
like she might be Satan. Her, you know.
I'm just like, okay, so for me, I mean, we talked about it a bit in the car, so I guess I kind of figured it out a little bit. But for me, I was so confused by like the plot a little bit at the end because she was talking to the Tobin to
Mr. Tobin.
John Kramer or Jigsaw.
like, oh, you're the famous Jigsaw. So I thought like, so did you know who he was the whole fucking time? At what point did you figure out who he was?
I think she knew right off the bat.
So that's okay. So because that guy in the beginning of the movie, the guy with the scar on his stomach, like that was all planned, obviously, to meet him, right?
No.
So was that
That
random?
guy was sent to. I understand what they were doing. There
Oh,
was a
because-
grift. That guy was sent to the terminally ill cancer patients
Yeah, so
as a
that's why
setup
he
so he could send other people to them so he would get paid too.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. That was a cool post-credit scene, though. I forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I knew his time was coming. I knew that if he said that he was cured, it was obviously a lie and something was I didn't know if it was going to be in the post credits or if it was going to be another movie.
See, I didn't know that. I was wondering if he ever beat the cancer. I had no idea. I was like, oh, maybe they're showing us how he beat it.
You never saw? Did you ever see Saw 3?
He's showing us
No,
how he
I
beat
never
it.
saw Saw 3.
Okay, yeah. That's like one of the most important Saw movies, I think,
When he beats it.
because so much isn't that the one where he dies?
Not
And-
only that, Amanda dies.
yeah, Amanda dies as well, and that one cop from I think maybe the second movie just gets screwed over so much.
Yeah, Amanda and Jigsaw both die in the third one.
There was legit
And-
a trap of a guy just don't open the door. So it doesn't make sense. That was some bullshit on Saw's part.
Oh, they've done so many. I'm happy that there was no bullshit because later on in the Saw movies, they do this thing where it's like, if this guy makes a decision, you die, and that's not fair.
Yeah,
Like it's like, oh, you should have the survival instinct, but then it's like, but then if this guy decides to fucking kill somebody, then I'm dead. Like at the end, there was the husband and wife, and the whole thing in Saw 3 was like, if you keep Jigsaw alive long enough. For her husband to beat the game, she'll be set free. But then there was also a sub game where it's like if the husband killed Amanda, then
Yeah.
she died, and it was like what? And then with Gabriella, who got her. Movies really exaggerate how easy it is to snap somebody's neck. Like that girl
I
put her
know.
foot on her neck
Yeah.
and barely applied any pressure. This woman broke her neck. I was like, what the fuck? One of the things that made me laugh the hardest in the movie was Australian or whatever he was, British guy, and that girl go upstairs. And then she's like, yeah, we took care of Jigsaw. And then he's like, yeah, I can't believe they fell for it. Fucking idiots.
yeah, you know?
That part made
Fuck.
me laugh so hard. Fucking idiots.
Or the part he's wearing that like Thanos head and it's off. A jigsaw.
Oh, yeah. And for some reason, he looked ripped.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, why are they trying to make
What'd
Jigsaw
you say?
sexy?
You're like, damn, or something in theater.
I was like, oh, shit.
He just smoke every guy out of the shower.
Like he needed a fog machine or something.
They should have
So
went all out
sexy.
and just like huge muscles.
His legs are all muscled up too.
And by the way, Tobin Bell, 81 years old.
That's incredible work for for anyone really. Even regardless of
Incredible
his age.
body.
That's it. Yeah, that's all I focus on.
For a guy like that.
Well, he had washboard out. But like you saw like pec definition.
He's more fit than I am. That's true.
81 years old. Also, I really laughed at that part where that girl's Gabrielle is strung up by her arm and her leg. Next thing you know, she beats over. She hits her leg with the hammer and breaks it. Then it's like she swings out of the way, and it's like, oh, you're safe. And then, and the thing moves over.
They turn.
I thought it was so stupid because I'm like, are you that dumb that you're not gonna like break the thing on your hand first? Then you fall down to the ground. You're really away from that thing.
I thought of
How,
that too.
wait a second. How high
Wait,
was she?
that girl
was she
said that.
fallen to the ground and then
That
just
girl
like, go grab
suggests
the chain
that.
and hit her leg?
yeah.
Yeah.
Of
So
course,
that would be what you want to do then.
the blonde girl suggested for her to hit.
Yeah,
the leg.
exactly. That was the thing. I thought of that too, and that's what the girl was going to do.
Yeah.
But then the blonde girl was like,
Yeah.
no, hit your leg.
But she was in on it. She's evil.
But she's evil. But is she that smart?
She is unusual. Like no Saw movie has ever had a character that fucked up.
No, that's worse than John Kramer.
Yeah.
That's
Like
funny.
that makes John Kramer seem like the good guy.
Well, except for Hoffman.
yeah, Hoffman.
So who was that guy at the end then?
That was Detective Hoffman. He's one of Jigsaw's apprentices. He's the one who actually survives from Saw 3 all the way to Saw 7. He's the one who takes over Jigsaw. But the thing is, Detective Hoffman works for the police, and they eventually figure out it's him. But there's a lot of traps he makes that are just to kill people. There's no way out of them. So
yeah.
he actually is evil. But then at the end, he starts turning more into Jigsaw. But then at the end of 7, you find out that Jigsaw actually has a lot of apprentices, and now they're pissed off at Hoffman, and then they kill him. And that's why the doctor who's in the first one is actually one of Jigsaw's apprentices. He survives the trap,
Okay.
and then he kills Hoffman. Big twist.
Yeah.
So where is the story now then with Saw? Because 8 obviously is a prequel, I guess, right?
Yes,
Jigsaw?
it's whatever Spiral left it off as.
Is
There was a
7 a
copycat
prequel?
killer.
7? I don't remember.
7 is not a prequel. 7 is a sequel. 8 is a prequel.
All bad movies.
I wouldn't say they're bad. They are what they are.
It's just like Friday the
It's-
13th.
It's yeah.
Yeah,
They're fun. You know the one where he gets revenge on the doctor that didn't treat him or something, or didn't allow it or fund a treatment
that's this one.
before? No. There, remember that's
No,
another
you're talking about
movie.
the insurance guy?
Was it insurance? Yeah, because he was saying John Kramer there was saying, "Hey, there's this revolutionary treatment in Europe." It sounded like wasn't this originally in Europe, but then they're just working in Mexico now?
Yes.
Is this the treatment he's
Yeah.
talking about, or is this different? Because it's another, like, there's 2 miracle treatments for cancer, or what?
Maybe this was a nod to that. I
Oh
don't know.
yes, you're
Do you
talking
remember?
about there's an experimental treatment.
Yeah,
You
he
want-
was very desperate, and the insurance guy was like, no.
Was
And
the
then
girl
he got-
lying about her father?
maybe. I never
Because
actually
that's what
thought of that.
I'm not too sure.
The girl's father, was she lying about her dad being a doctor?
Probably. Well, he
Yeah.
was a doctor. They showed it on the internet. But overall, 8.7. Saw X.
8 out of 10 for me.
I wonder. Here, I'll do the average of what we.
Average of
Okay.
what we all think. I would give it like a 9
Yeah,
for
you-
a Saw movie. It's well done.
I love the acting.
So on
Except for some of the-
average, 8.4.
Okay.
All of us.
Hey, you
Which
know
I
what?
agree with.
It's got like an 85 on Rotten Tomatoes.
If you're into Saw, or if you even watched the first movie and you liked it, go watch this one. It's great. It gives you backstory of Jigsaw, more so than Jigsaw movie did.
Now, Exorcist.
Yeah, so now we're on to
Exorcist
The
believer.
Exorcist. Now, I have 2 segues. Little segues. That's Blumhouse, horror people. They are creating a game studio.
Really?
Now, they said that they're not really going to be using existing IPs, but they're going to be
Okay.
creating new horror game video games, which I'm all for, because horror game video games, there's not that many that come out when you really think about it. Like, there's some
Yeah.
computer games that are lesser, but AAA, like
AAA.
horror video games, there's not many.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Kind of excited for that movie. I want to see all those things running around.
PG-13.
Yeah, I've never
That
heard
movie?
of that. I've
FNAF.
got like a toy from it from a
Never
long
heard.
time ago in like this horror box, nerd box thing, like
Oh,
years
yeah.
ago.
You never watched Markiplier?
No, I've never
Or,
watched the video from it.
PewDiePie.
Ever.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
Jacksepticeye,
then.
I watched like one or two, and then like PewDiePie, I watched.
Yeah, that was
More 'cause he's
the
bigger.
big reacting game. You watch the entire game is just jump scares, and it's a game that I guess now warrants a movie.
But the movie looks really good.
Yeah, like-
it said the producers of Megan, and right away I'm like,
What?
yeah, because like Megan, that movie, like my kids fucking love that movie.
Oh, that movie's stupid.
So I was like, you know what? Like, I really wonder if I wonder if my kids will like that movie. Definitely, they can't watch it in a theater. They'll probably be too. But at home,
When we were growing up, we had introductory horror. We had Goosebumps. We had Are You Afraid of the Dark, which was like a
Yeah.
stepping stone into you're here, and then when you're older, you'll watch the crazier stuff, which we were already watching the crazier stuff. But it doesn't matter. It was nice to have something that my parents didn't frown upon me watching. It's like I could watch Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark on the living room TV, and they didn't give a shit because it was age appropriate, apparently. But yes, I'm happy that even with movies like these PG-13 horror movies, like there was that Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which Forrest said might have been a little bit too intense for kids. But
Are you talking about the movie? The recent,
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. You ever watching that?
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie? Yeah, you know what? The monster design is terrifying.
Yeah, like
People like. First off, the emaciated mummy that was
People laugh?
going up after that guy in the
Yeah,
house. That's horrifying. That's what I'm scared of. But
There's-
also that fat monster at the end, where everybody in theater was laughing. I was terrified.
no, I was like
just a
that was
woman.
actually
No, it's just the main character. That fat monster. No, I'm just, I have no respect. There's a monster at the end that like eats a person,
Oh my god.
and that was terrifying.
Oh,
I wanted to say before I forget, leaving the movie theater, right? I'm 3 minutes from the theater, about to turn onto like the main road, and then I call my brother, and I have the window rolled down, and all I hear is, and I'm like, then Marie was like, hello, and then I was like, oh hey, and then
What?
like, is my window down? Like, is like wind coming in? And then I'm like, I hear, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then all of a sudden I just turn and there's this woman sobbing
What?
side of my car. And she's like, yeah.
Why?
And I was like, well, not the side, she was like at my window, like drive through.
At your-
I was like, you fat monster. Get away.
The Saw movie's not over yet. You're still, she's on
yeah,
living.
what was that flash?
I don't
At the end of the fucking movie, there's just like was it after the post credit scene?
It was during the credits.
Yeah, it was just flash like someone. I thought we were in
Actually,
the,
it was the credits were going, and then it went dark,
Yeah, then
and then all the lights, like this one light just shined in our face quick, and they shut it off, and I was like, "Fuck, it's our time." What did we do?
They want us
Oh,
to
that would
leave.
have been awesome. Like to make that a part of the movie, where like the credits looked like they interrupted, then the lights theaters turned down. Do you want to
The
play a
lights
game?
theaters.
Yeah.
Christian just wants us all to die. You know that would be awesome. We're just in a trap. Force fingers.
I knew it was weird when there's like 5 people in the theater. There's a reason for it.
Yeah, everybody left. The doors.
Yeah. There's 2 people staring at me.
No,
When I first got there, it was weird.
like during the movie, they're facing you. I'd fucking leave.
Hello? Oh, sorry. Phone's upside down. Hello? Why is the phone still ringing? Yeah, it's that time. No, I'm gonna talk about it. Don't worry. No, yeah, trust me. Don't worry, Small. I'm gonna talk about it. I know that's a stupid take. I'll let the boys know.
Is that Jigsaw?
The boys want to know if you want to play a game. What kind? Anal. No, these are my props, guys. This is what I'm bringing to the table. I needed to bring something up because this is insane. Speaking about Saw and crazy shit. Mr. Beast.
Okay.
Mr. Beast said he's running a game with 2 people where they're locked inside like this test room with minimal things. 2 people.
Okay.
100 days. And there's windows where they watch them.
Weird.
Now, there was a movie that came out, and I saw this, and there was 2 people trapped in a room, and I have no idea if this is where he got his idea from. Hold on. Locked in a room, and there were a couple.
How much money are they getting?
500,000.
Okay. So you would be able to buy a house, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I saw the room, right? And then I was like, wow, this reminds me of that clip I saw. And there was 2 people trapped in a room, and pretty much like as the days went by, like as they would, if we were trapped in this room for 100 days together with limited resources and we couldn't shower and everything, it'd be miserable. Now, as the movie progressed, it was like they did it where you could spend money, like of your prize money, you could spend it on things to be like, okay, if you want something for fun, like for yourself, you can spend $100,000. And then it was like, okay, then the guy got a Rubik's Cube. But then it's like, as the days got by, they got more and more pissed off at each other. And then next thing you know, they introduced like a woman into the room, and they were a couple. And then it's like the girl tried to fuck the guy, and then the girl just said she fucked the guy to create more tension. And then like at the 85-day mark, just a gun was in the room. And then it's like, and I'm like, Mr. Beast, what the fuck
Mr.
are you doing?
Beast is getting desperate.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy's gonna these 2 people are gonna murder each other after 100 days. And then I saw a really funny comment. The guy was like, I would own this. I would go 99 days and then just leave and ruin the other person's life. I was like, what an evil thing.
You need to be in a Saw trap.
Did you see that Jacksepticeye thing?
Are you talking about what Jacksepticeye said about Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah, he was like, he ruined YouTube or whatever.
I see the point.
yeah.
I see the point. Now, this is going to be, I know a lot of people were pissed off about that take. Now, I'm not saying like kick Mr. Beast off YouTube. I'm not saying fuck Mr. Beast. I'm not saying I hate Mr. Beast. I'm just saying I understand the point of where he was going, where YouTube seemed like anybody could pick up a camera and do this. Now it just seems like you need thousands of dollars to do this.
I haven't really even like watched Mr. Beast's videos, nor do I even really see them.
Oh, Mr. Beast is like
Like he's a huge
I bought this
YouTuber.
Walmart.
Yeah.
And you guys can have everything in it, but you got to fucking do this
You're
challenge.
gonna have to blame more YouTube's algorithm of like clickbaity titles and stuff like that.
Content's so fast. Like, I feel like, I don't know if it's like, I don't think it's contributed to shorts or anything. I think TikTok's kind of to blame for that.
Well, his long form content, I don't have a big problem with because it's like 20-minute video you get to watch. But this guy's like, win $100,000 and it's just for a short.
Yeah.
It's like nobody can compete with that. Nobody can compete with stay in this car for 10 minutes and win $100,000. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to watch that. And you're not going to watch me have a funny
It's
moment.
the same
I'm just
ploy
bitter.
as like
I guess I get the argument because it is just like Mr. Beats is very just like flashy, like this is that. His thumbnails are so polished and bright and like very vibrant, and it just seems so fake to a lot of people. And even though the content's interesting because it's some interesting shit, like he'll give somebody a house, like there's stuff that you're like, whoa, what the fuck? So like you do have to
Right.
like you feel like you have to click on it. Whereas Jacksepticeye and YouTubers like that, things are a bit more personal.
I feel like a better cause, or not a better cause, but a more wrong cause was like celebrities joining YouTube and start doing content. Remember Stephen Colbert joined YouTube and like a bunch of other Jimmy Fallon, like more corporate stuff and like leaning on to them.
No, I just feel like shorts now is like a really good jump off for people.
It's just a new thing now. I don't know. It's I mean, but like back in the day, there were Vines, right?
Vines. I don't know why Vines failed. I've never used Vines because clearly the formula works.
But I feel like TikTok, the reason it took off was because music. You could use whatever music you wanted in them.
Oh, wait till they change that.
I don't know. China's got different laws than us.
Oh, that's true. That's one of those things I look at, like Twitch too. Like, not even that long ago, you could use music in your streams, and it was fine. I would watch certain YouTubers, and I'd see them streaming, and they'd be playing Led Zeppelin, and I was like, "Oh shit, fuck."
Well,
I guess it was just fine back then.
it seems like even in YouTube Shorts, it's okay.
Yeah,
Everybody uses different music in YouTube Shorts as well.
I noticed
why.
YouTube's been a little bit more. They're backing off their rules a little bit. Like, there's been certain things about community guidelines that stressed a lot lately, and now it seems like they're allowing it or talked about because they just posted an update too on a few things that before, if you just mentioned it, like monetized, but now they're like, well, if you're mentioning it in a certain way,
yeah,
that's what I hate. That's the one thing I hate, but that's kind of the only way they can kind of go about it. It just, I mean, it's advertiser. This is sort of the thing that's like, if you think about it, before the last 10, 15 years or whatever, like advertisers were just on TV. That was it. And it was pretty easy to like
radio,
family friendly
billboards.
or whatever. Billboards. But now
radio,
it's
billboards.
But now it's just like everyone's doing that though.
Bus benches. The 2 times we got censored on YouTube Shorts was never for a song. It was because we said the word gay, but it wasn't meant in a bad sense. We were just explaining something and used the term gay, and that's when they blocked it, which that's more fucked up than
Well, yeah, there used to
something
be
else. Like, now you're just blocking the word gay like it's a bad word. It's not.
See, I was gonna say though, imagine if this shit was around when we were kids. The amount
YouTube
of content.
came out in 2006.
2005.
We were kids.
Us, it wasn't the same.
2005 came out.
I made a video or posted the evolution video. Remember?
Oh, I tell him 7.
2006, 2007.
I know every date.
Yeah.
No,
My first YouTube video.
And I was in the video too.
I wish I kept on that because that would have been pretty good.
Person, that was February 2007. Not even 2 years after I started.
But my first video I posted was June 30th, 2008. 2 years after
2008.
YouTube. So there was a chance if we made videos at the time.
Yeah, there was, to bring it down because we're having too much fun. The Dumbledore, the actor Dumbledore died. A couple
Michael
days ago.
Gambon.
Oh, he died?
Yeah. So he was a Dumbledore after the very first movie.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He's still my favorite Harry
There's
Potter.
2 Dumbledores?
Old man.
I thought Hager was Dumbledore, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hagrid, not Haggard.
Yeah, no, he was a really good Dumbledore. Like
I think
he brought the
Wait, which
character to life.
Dumbledore did you like?
I preferred the first one.
First
The
one.
second one was still good though.
Nah, I can't do the first one. The first one doesn't look like he could have done anything the other one did.
You know that scene where he's like forced to drink that water that's killing him.
Yeah.
Like that scene was amazing, and I don't know if the first guy could have pulled
No,
that off.
that's why
Yeah.
most of the scenes he was sitting. I
I think that's also
move.
why you know that meme where it's like, and Dumbledore said quietly this thing, and then it cuts to the scene in the movie, and it's just him. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? He's
running
choking
like
Harry.
a motherfucker.
Just
Like
choking him around.
the
Yeah.
first Dumbledore couldn't run. You can't
Right.
convince me that man could have ran.
Yeah,
I more preferred
he had style.
his,
Remember that time he went like
his
this?
voice, and he felt more like Dumbledore in terms of
Yeah.
the look and like presentation of just the scene when they're in the
Or like in the dining hall.
Yeah. Like, to me, he felt like Dumbledore then, especially the beginning scene, first movie.
Actually, I feel like depending on the tone of the movie, those Dumbledores suited what the tone of the movie was. The first ones were whimsical and magical and nice. Then the later movies were dark. And I don't think that Dumbledore in the first two movies, he suited like the happy-go-lucky approach, even though there was some darker moments, but it was like a happy movie at the end, and it always ended with like Harry smiling. And it's like, next year is gonna be great. And then fucking in the new movies with Michael Gambon, Harry's like, who's gonna die next year? Like,
Dumbledore in the end was like raising Harry to be killed. Apparently, I've got to watch the movie again because I don't fully understand that. Like the entire time Harry was at Hogwarts, he knew that Harry was spoilers. He knew that Harry had. I went like this. Spoilers. He knew that Harry. Yeah, no, I forgot what they called it. Crucifixes?
The Horcruxes.
Horcruxes. It's a part of Voldemort's soul in Harry. That's what the scar was or something.
Yeah.
So he knew that Harry had to die.
I have this specific memory of, we all went to the store, rented Chamber of Secrets, got box chips, like Dutch box chips.
Yep.
And
I don't know if anybody has that any other place. Maybe we're the only ones. But just to explain, box chips is potato chips, but they came in a box. Now, it wasn't like you opened the box and there was chips inside. They had bags. They were these weird little tin, like foil bags, but we had boxes of chips.
And I remember going to the fort. It's like one of the first times we made a fort. We just had like cardboard boxes there, and we put chips on it. Everyone just kind of sat around it. And I remember because I just know that when Deathly Hallows, the last book, came out, I just remember everyone in the town we lived in, everyone got that book. It was like such a big deal.
Yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was that
one book.
It was the final book.
The last movie I watched was the fourth one. I watched the fourth one in theaters.
Yeah, I remember that.
Later.
That was 6.
That was that fucking long line. I remember today we were walking into the theaters. I was like, I missed the people.
6? I thought you said 4, Herman.
That was 4. I was
no, we watched 4 in the theaters. Remember? That was the first.
You watched Goblet?
Yeah, that's the first one we all saw in
I
theaters.
hated Goblet of Fire. To me, it was the worst movie.
I love that one
until I got older, and I was like, "Fuck, was I so wrong?"
Name them in order.
Falafel. Falafel.
If you put her in the falafel stone.
Philosopher's Stone, Chambers of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince.
Look at this guy. He knows.
Well, it was Harry Potter. There's Pirates of the Caribbean. Lord of the Rings, not really.
I can't do that one.
Pirates of the
You
Caribbean.
probably can. I don't think he can.
Hold on. Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one's Curse of the Black Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is holy shit. What was? Hold on, I'm gonna come back to the second one. Wait, hold on. I'll come back to it. Third one is At World's End. The third one is At World's End, right?
Third one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll come back to the second one. Fourth one is Stranger's Tide.
No.
Wait, would you say Stranger's
Tide?
I think it's on Stranger Tides.
Well, that's what I would. Yeah.
I never watch up to the fourth one. The trio is what I like.
The fifth one is Dead Man Tells No Tales or whatever. Then that was it. But the second one,
let's see.
That's actually pissing me off because that's like my favorite one.
So the Blood Rubies? Blood Rubies. Wait, that's Dragon Ball. I got confused. That's Dragon Ball though.
Yeah.
I keep almost sucking this thing off, but I'm falling into it. I'm like,
at one point it's gonna happen. You're gonna get stuck.
Curse of the Blood Rubies. It's Dead Man's Chest for us.
That's what I meant to say.
That's a
no.
That's a Dragon Ball Z movie.
No, it's a Dragon Ball movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Like rubies and chess sound similar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not Curse of the Blood Rubies.
I meant to say. Almost said. That's one.
It's like perfectly a movie title, but that's what.
What was it called? Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah.
Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah.
Wait, it can't be called that.
Dead Man has no chest.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know if that's the exact
Dead
saying,
Man's
but
Chest,
I believe it.
something like that.
It is called Dead Man's Chest. Yeah, it's talking about the squid dude.
Davy Jones.
Yeah,
Played
like,
by Bill NYE is his last name. I don't know.
which I feel like we can talk about that a little bit. In the last pod, I don't know how much is going to be in there of our little home movie segment.
2 minutes.
But like
The final version looks like it's going to be a roughly like 3 to 4 minutes. There was like up to 15 minutes. I had to cut out a lot because there wasn't too much going on. We're just trying to find certain videos and whatever.
I will have.
So-
I just need to say, no matter what happens in the previous podcast, no matter what happens in the later podcast, nothing will be as funny as Curse of the Blood Rubies. Because that was out of nowhere. And he said it with the most confidence.
honestly, this is like my favorite up thing I've ever gotten.
Really?
We have a Pennywise one.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, I have,
Better
I have
than
that
Ray.
too. I have probably 100 of these, 150 of
too.
these.
You're just Pokemon.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Here's
kidding. I got all of them.
150.
I have them
I have a
all
lot
from
too, yeah.
since like for the last like 10 years.
I think for the end of this podcast, I want to talk about things to come for this month. So, how I want this month to go for the podcast is, there's a Friday the 13th this month. I don't know what we should do. Oh, that really sounds stupid. No, but I want to put something out for it.
Yeah, special.
Maybe we all went to a haunted house together.
Yeah.
See, I was actually thinking, me and Chris were talking about that the other day. I don't know if we could do this. It would be so cool if we did like our own little like horror sketch, filmed it, just kind of in the house here, backyard or whatever.
I really feel like that's cool on paper, but I think when it comes out, it'd be like super
Well, that's what I
lame.
mean. I'm trying to think of a way we can do it where it would be almost like a homage to like when we were kids doing that. Or do
You
a
don't pronounce the H.
homage, yeah. I knew. I
It
knew
just
what I
sounds
was
like there's
saying.
horrors everywhere.
Just do a sequel to one of the previous films that you
What
did.
about the script?
That just sounds like Christians in porno.
If the script's good, you know.
People watch.
Yeah.
It's the first
I'm
porno
all
with a
about
good
the
script.
story.
But like more making like a short that's like 5 minutes.
Oh, a short?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
10-minute
YouTube
little horror
shorts are
sketch.
like 1
Yeah.
minute.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah, well, we
Sometimes.
have next weekend to do that.
So actually, I want to say, so first of all, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, because this one will be out on the 9th.
Except for
October.
those people in the States. No, he's kidding. You guys all matter. Don't listen to him. We have a fucking fan base over here. Don't you say that, you son of a bitch.
Every year I say happy Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving for us, and everyone's like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? And I'm like,
It's too early.
what?
Yeah, theirs is in
Something.
November. That's why we're going to go watch the movie Thanksgiving in November.
We have 2 Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Oh, what we should do. What should we do then?
For what?
Or,
Yeah, what's the
For
kind of
Friday the 13th?
special?
Well, I said we could go, like, if we went to a haunted house next weekend or something, we vlogged it. That might be cool to put out. I don't know if they allow
I
cameras
was wondering,
in there, though.
yeah.
But we have time to think about this, and we have next weekend, because we're not doing it this weekend. But even if we did something where it's like Friday the 13th, we stream something. Well, I'm at
Stream.
work, so we have to do something else, I guess, pre-recorded for Friday the 13th. But also, for Halloween, we're going to be doing a special episode.
Yep.
And there will be a lot more going on here. There's going to be decorations. We're going to be in costume. And as I said previously, the podcast comes out on a Monday. Now, that would be October 30th, but we're going to release it on the Tuesday, October 31st. So there's a Halloween episode out.
Yeah.
We might even do a live stream because I'm planning on being here Halloween.
Actually, Halloween Day.
Yeah, because it's on a Tuesday. No, so that's up in the air, but we'll try to do something, even if it's like, I don't know, hanging out, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to think of something fun to do on the 13th and like
Definitely
for the
use them.
31st. Like there's got to something.
Well, that's what I was wondering, but it's kind of no point. I was going to say watch Exorcist 13th, but
Like what if
no
we
point.
released a commentary? Would that be, I don't know. Maybe. There's something. We need ideas.
Yeah, we could do that, but that's this episode. October is going to be a hell of a month. This is honestly the boys' favorite month. We love Halloween. We love the season. The weather has to get a little bit cooler for me right now because holy shit, like 30 degrees in October today was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I was boiling alive.
I was dying in that car.
That guy made a joke about his dick being really small. That whole thing was fake.
Where?
What?
In the movie?
Oh, he's like, oh, they took a thing out the size of my
9 inch.
whatever he
Oh.
said.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Oh yeah,
the
he
guy
said
with
the
the
size
throat-
of my knob.
Not my knob, yeah.
I thought you were like, this guy said his dick's small. It was big. It was like, what?
No, I was saying like he
Why'd
literally
they lie?
called himself out, and the whole thing was like fake. Anyways,
Yeah.
Well, I
He was just cracking a weird
I
joke.
don't think anything was meant to be the size of his dick for it. I think he was meant to be like, oh, they took out something big on my neck. Not, oh, they got a small dick.
how big would it be then?
Man.
His dick?
Well, he said the size of my knob, so how big
Oh, I
is
see.
it?
Like, what's the implication? Is that
Yeah, what does he mean?
like what was he saying? The cancer was a lot,
Like whole fuck 12 inches.
I heard 9 inch.
because he's in a desperate situation. But if you crack a,
Heard 9 inches. They
No,
did
I-
not say that.
No, someone said that in the movie.
In your head was that?
I heard 9 inch
He
He
says
nails.
must
that?
have a 9-inch.
yeah,
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's just like a saying. It's like, it's because
But it-
Australians are
yeah,
different.
because
Is he Australian?
like in the
think
moment
so.
you want to make the implication that yeah they took out a lot of cancer from my body, but he's saying the size of my knob, so it's
It would be like, oh yeah, they cut me open the size of my dick, and it was like if it was like a big slash, you'd be like, oh,
Oh,
this
is
guy's
it
got a
big,
big
though?
dick.
he has like a tiny
He
bandage
was
on his
trying to
neck.
say the tumor was big.
But he had a small little bandage, though.
Stop talking about dicks. Thanks everybody for coming to this episode. Empty Minds Podcast, showing it on the screen. Here we are. Serve it up like a platter of pizza. If anybody wants to come hang with me on Twitch, you can find me at twitch.tv/Big Budge. Also, over on the John Odds YouTube channel, we have shorts at John Odds, not John Odd, but you can also find John Odd over there. And every Monday, we come out with a podcast, except for Halloween, Tuesday, October
Yep,
31st.
and remember to like and subscribe to this channel as well. Yeah, there's that YouTube channel. You can find me at twitch.tv/John Odds. I stream a lot. You could find
You can find me on playing Phasmophobia with you.
yeah, usually Phasmophobia. That's
If my Steam Deck-
twitch.tv/Bobbity1888. And then how many eights?
Find me on YouTube.
Fuck, I do 5 or 4. I can't or 3.
You can find me on YouTube, Movie Idol, but Twitch.
See you guys.
No, like my Steam Deck has to update every time I turn it on. It
Yeah,
takes
mine has an update as well.
it takes 40 minutes every time I turn it on. Every day
single
though.
time. That's
Yeah.
that's weird. I don't understand.
Takes
that.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Do what?
Update my Steam Deck. Update my Steam Deck.
It's a lot of water. It'd be funny if you just kept this in.